we spoke, you say it's my fault and I still don't believe you. Oh, Arkansas. We both know that this was a mistake. I love to come home, but I need an escape. Oh, Arkansas. Fade out. This is where the credits roll. Our names. Taller than trees and brighter than starlight. I never feel magic unless I am with you. Oh, Arkansas. Tell me you mean it when you tell me you love me. I wanna believe you, I want to believe you. Oh, Arkansas. Fade out. This is when the credits roll. Our names. I don't recall the last time we spoke. You say it's my fault and I still don't believe you. Oh, Arkansas.
Hello, my name is Zeke Taylor, and I'm excited to talk with you today about my home state of Arkansas. It's a state shaped by rivers, mountains, forests, and deep cultural roots. Known as the natural state, Arkansas is defined by its remarkable landscape, from the Ozark and Ouachita Mountains to the Mississippi Delta, and by a history that blends agriculture, industry, and creativity. Compared to many states, Arkansas's population is fairly small. First slide, please. A little over 3 million people live in the state, with an average of 58 people per square mile. The capital city is in Little Rock, and it's centrally located in the state. While Arkansas is the smallest state west of the Mississippi, it is the 29th largest by area in the entire nation. It is divided into 75 counties. Slide, please. It is fairly close to the center of the nation from east to west, and it's in the central time zone. With more than half the state covered in forest and thousands of miles of rivers and streams, Arkansas has long been a place where people live close to the land. That connection has influenced everything from farming and outdoor recreation to music, storytelling, and art. At the same time, Arkansas plays an oversized role in the modern economy, serving as the birthplace and headquarters of global companies while still maintaining the strong small town tradition. Before I tell you more about Arkansas, I'd like to tell you a little about myself. I'm a 79-year-old man, and except for 6 years when I lived in the adjacent states of Missouri and Tennessee, I have lived my entire life in Arkansas. I was born and raised on the eastern side of the state in the northeast Arkansas Delta town of Marmaduke. The town was surrounded by fields of cotton, one of Arkansas's major crops, and until I reached the age of 17 years old, I picked cotton each fall, as did most people in the area. At the age of 17, I finished the required 12 years of public school and I went to college. I studied to be a professional artist, and I'm still an artist today. I do paintings in watercolor and acrylics. I'm also an author who's written 4 books. One of the books, Out of the Delta, the anthology, is about my life in Arkansas. I'm proud to be from this state. Enough about me. Now let's talk about Arkansas. The state is a part of the Mid-South region of the nation. It is bordered on the east by the Mississippi River. Slide, please. The largest river in the United States. Arkansas has a varied terrain that includes mountains, hills, valleys, plains, and wetlands. Each area, while unique, adds to the rich fabric of the state. Before Europeans arrived in the Americas, indigenous people lived in what is now Arkansas for thousands of years. The Native American tribes built villages and earthwork mounds along the rivers. The name Arkansas is a French interpretation of a Native American word for the Quapaw tribe, one of the largest tribes that once lived in the state. There are many historic Native American sites to visit in Arkansas, including some that contain burial mounds. Today, one can learn about the culture of the nation's indigenous people at the Museum of Native History located in Bentonville, in the northwest corner of the state. During the 16th century, Spanish and French explorers were the first Europeans to travel through the region. In 1886, French explorer Henry de Tonty founded Arkansas Post, the first permanent settlement in the state. It was established as a fur trading station, and it was the oldest European settlement in the lower Mississippi Valley. In 1803, the U.S. bought a huge area of land from France known as the Louisiana Purchase. Slide, please. The area included a massive part of the center of what is now the United States. The purchased area began on the southern Gulf Coast and went all the way to the Canadian border. Arkansas was part of the purchase. Arkansas became its own territory in 1819, and settlers began arriving in greater numbers. Arkansas was admitted to the United States as the 25th state on June 15, 1836. At the time, agriculture, especially cotton farming, quickly became a major part of the state's economy. The state is divided into 6 distinct regions. The eastern side of the state borders the Mississippi River and is located in a floodplain. To prevent the region's towns and farmlands from flooding, they are protected by a series of levees. The region has rich, fertile soil that is perfect for raising crops, especially cotton, rice, and soybeans. The eastern region has a distinctly southern culture that is similar to other states labeled as southern. The Delta area of Arkansas was perhaps the most influenced by the culture of its nearest metro area, the city of Memphis. The city is just across the Mississippi River in the state of Tennessee. Memphis was known as the cotton capital of the South, and the main crop in Arkansas at the time that it was settled was cotton. The Arkansas Delta is the region where I spent my youth, and I feel like a Southerner in my heart. Southerners are known for their slow-talking, gentle accent, and they're also known for their friendliness and graciousness. We are a polite and friendly people, and that's pretty much true of all the residents of the state. The smallest region is Crowley's Ridge. Slide, please. And it borders the western side of the Delta. It is a hilly area, a narrow ridge where the soil is less fertile. It is a 200-mile-long landform that rises up to 200 feet above the otherwise flat Arkansas Delta. It's considered one of the only landforms of its kind in North America. Formed by ancient river paths and wind-blown loess deposits, the ridge acts as a biological island. It features vegetation such as tulip poplar, American beech, and sugar maple that is rare in other areas of Arkansas, and more commonly found in the Appalachian Mountains that are 650 miles to the east of the ridge. Another region, the Ozark Plateau, slide please, a mountainous area, is quite different from the Delta and covers the middle north and northwest part of the state. The region has rugged hills, steep valleys, limestone bluffs, and caves. The soil is thin and rocky, and for the most part, the mountains are covered by forests. A few areas have been cleared and used for pastures. The Ozarks are a popular tourist destination. It's a premier destination for outdoor recreation that includes fishing, hiking, biking, and boating. The Ozarks features charming mountain towns, unique geological formations, and rich folk culture. I currently live in the Ozarks, and I consider it to be one of the most beautiful parts of the state. The southern part of the state is known as the West Gulf Coastal Plain. Slide, please. The landscape is gently rolling hills that are partially covered by pine forests. The soil is a mixture of sand and clay, and much of the land is used for growing timber. Both natural gas and oil have been discovered in that region. The Ouachita Mountains, slide please, are located in the western central part of the state, known as the lower mid-eastern region. The Ouachitas are the only mountain range in the nation that runs east and west rather than having a north-south orientation. The soil there is rocky and forested. Forestry and mining both take place there. The mountains are roughly 300 million years old, heavily eroded Paleozoic ridges. The area is renowned for its quartz deposit, scenic beauty, and the 1.8 million acre Ouachita National Forest. The last region to tell you about is the River Valley. Slide, please. A low section that separates the Ozarks from the Ouachita Mountains. The land is fertile and is used for agriculture. It is a distinct 40-mile wide natural region in Arkansas, spanning from western Arkansas to near the center of the state. Characterized by flat, fertile land and isolated by steep-sided mesas, this valley is a major hub for agriculture, wine production, and tourism. The lowest point in the state is 55 feet in elevation. Mount Magazine, the highest point in the state, is strangely not in the Ozarks or the Ouachita Mountains. It is located in the River Valley. Arkansas has more miles of navigable rivers than most states, with the largest one, the Arkansas River, running from west to east and emptying into the Mississippi River below Memphis. Arkansas is known for offering a broad range of higher education that includes major public research universities, community and technical colleges, and private liberal arts schools. These institutions serve a wide range of academic interests, from agriculture and engineering to liberal arts, business, health sciences, and the professions. The largest college is the University of Arkansas. Slide, please. It's located in Fayetteville in the northwest corner of the state. The school offers more than 200 academic programs in disciplines like engineering, business, education, natural sciences, and more. I can't talk about the University of Arkansas without mentioning football. The American-style football, slide please, there you go, program is the heart of the state's sports culture. The university's team mascot is the Razorback, a type of wild hog or feral pig that was once common in the Arkansas wilderness during the early 1900s. The team's colors are red and white. Because Arkansas doesn't have a major professional sports team, the Razorbacks are the home team for the whole state. Game days feel like statewide events, but Arkansas also shines in other sports. The University of Arkansas baseball program is regularly one of the best in the country, and its track and field teams have won national championships and produced world-class athletes. Basketball, both men and women's, also has a strong tradition. Besides college sports, Arkansas has a solid minor league sports team, like the Arkansas Travelers in Little Rock and Northwest Arkansas Naturals in Springdale. Both of those teams give families affordable ways to enjoy professional level baseball, and they keep sports accessible on the community level. Long before Arkansas was known for packed football stadiums, It was also known for fields, farms, and hard work. Slide, please. And just like in sports, success in Arkansas agriculture doesn't come easy. It comes from persistence, tradition, and people who know how to work with what the land gives them. When we talk about agriculture in Arkansas, we're really talking about the backbone of the state, the work ethic, the roots, and the reason Arkansas has fed not just itself, but much of the country for generations. And a great deal of the agricultural products produced in the state are exported to all parts of the world. Agriculture is the number one industry in Arkansas and contributes to around $20 billion annually to the state's economy and supports hundreds of thousands of jobs in farming, processing, transportation, and related fields. Approximately 1 of 7 jobs statewide is in agriculture, and that industry, along with forestry, uses over 95% of the state's land. More than 37,000 farms operate in the state, and most are family owned and relatively small. Arkansas produces a wide variety of crops. The state is the leading producer of rice, slide please, in the entire United States and accounts for about 50% of the nation's rice crop. Arkansas ranks among the top states for growing cotton. Like I mentioned earlier, when I was young, I picked cotton and I did it by hand. Today, all the cotton is harvested by machine. Another major crop is soybeans. They're used for both animal feed and oil. Some farmers also grow corn and wheat. Animal agriculture also plays a huge role, especially in poultry. Arkansas is second in the nation in producing chickens raised for meat and also ranks high in turkey and egg output. Much of the state's poultry products are exported to global markets. Forestry is also a major economic contributor, producing lumber and other wood products. Forests cover about 56% of the land in Arkansas, about 19 million acres. Logging is a big industry, especially in the Ouachita Mountains. Besides the agricultural industry, Arkansas has several other major sectors that contribute to jobs, revenue, and to national global markets. Food and beverage manufacturing is huge in the state, and there are hundreds of companies employing tens of thousands in that industry. Food accounts for over 14% of Arkansas's gross domestic product. Also, manufacturing remains one of the state's biggest contributors to economic output and employment, including meat, metals, automotive parts, machinery, and more. Because Arkansas is centrally located in the United States, it is important when it comes to the national transportation industry, especially trucking and freight. Many of the state's riverways are also used to move freight. The aerospace industry also has a strong presence in the state, with major manufacturers located in Arkansas. Electrical generation, utilities, and energy infrastructure are significant employers and service providers across the state. Arkansas is also attracting tech infrastructure, including major new data centers, investments aimed at cloud computing and AI infrastructure. I earlier talked about Arkansas having many forested acres, lakes, and rivers. Because of those things, outdoor activities, including hunting, fishing, parks, and recreation, have an increasingly large economic footprint when it comes to supporting jobs and tax revenue. One of the newest outdoor activities drawing tourists to the state is bicycling. Many areas now have bicycle trails. Slide, please. And they go for miles, and the trails attract bike enthusiasts to the state. That is especially true of the beautiful northwest part of Arkansas. There are several major companies headquartered in Arkansas. It is home to some huge national and global companies, including several from the Fortune 500. The Fortune 500 is an annual list published by Fortune magazine that ranks the 500 largest U.S. companies by their total annual revenue. One of the largest companies in the world is Walmart. Slide, please. It's a retail company that is headquartered in Bentonville. You may have heard of Walmart. It's known globally and employs tens of thousands of workers. There's a Walmart store only 10 miles from my home, and that's where I do most of my shopping. Another large global company is Tyson Foods, a top processor of chicken, beef, and pork products. Chicken is by far Tyson's largest food item, and their chicken is available in many forms. It's offered raw in supermarkets in the meat aisle, but Tyson's also offers many pre-cooked chicken items from nuggets to complete meals. Tyson's products are also purchased by restaurants that include McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell, Burger King, and Wendy's. Another Forbes 500 company is Murphy USA, a major convenience store and fuel retailer that is tied to logistics and retail. And there's J.B. Hunt, one of the largest transportation and logistics companies in the United States. Other big employers include Simmons Food, Rice and Rice, and the Yarnell Ice Cream Company. I have to confess, one of my favorite snacks is the Yarnell's Ice Cream Company's butter pecan ice cream. And now I'd like to tell you why people visit Arkansas and one of the main reasons that I love my home state. It is because of its attractions. Tourism generates billions in revenue and attracts millions of visitors each year. People come to the state on vacation because of its outdoor recreation and natural beauty, unique attractions that you can't find anywhere else. And they also come to Arkansas because of the state's arts, music, and small town charm. One of the most popular tourist draws in the state is the Hot Springs National Park. Slide, please. It's located in the Ouachita Mountains. Known as the American Spa, Hot Springs National Park is home to 47 hot springs. These springs maintain an average water temperature of 62 degrees Celsius, and many are easily accessible from the park's main scenic roadway. Tourists can bathe in the hot springs water at Buckstaff Baths, which has operated in the park for over 100 years. At the Qualpar Bathhouse, you'll find luxurious indoor and outdoor spring water pools. The park also has 26 miles of walking trails. The Ozark Mountains are also a common attraction, drawing tourists to northwest and central Arkansas. That's the part of the state where I've lived for 38 years now, and I consider it to be the most beautiful part of the state. The Ozarks are best known for rolling mountains, forests, rivers, and caves, and some of the caves are open to the public. One of the best known cave complexes is the Blanchard Springs Cavern. It is known as a living limestone cave because formations, the stalagmites and stalactites, are still being formed. The cave has a cool year-round temperature, and guided tours are conducted through the massive underground rooms. Some of the other reasons tourists come to the Ozark Mountains are to bike, fish, and enjoy the scenery. It is also home to the charming town of Eureka Springs, and that's where I live. And I'll talk more about that little town a little later. One of the most beautiful Ozark attractions is the Buffalo National River. I'm fortunate that it is less than 1 hour's drive from my home. It's America's first national river and features crystal clear water, towering bluffs, and waterfalls. It is a popular location for canoeing, kayaking, hiking, and camping. Because of its rugged, unspoiled terrain and towering cliffs, it is one of the most beautiful places to see in the Ozarks. There's a lovely and unique mountain named Petit. Slide, please. That is often visited by tourists. It is not in any mountain range, but it strangely sits in the Arkansas Valley, and it's located in Arkansas's first state park, which goes by the same name of Petit. The park is known for Cedar Falls, breathtaking scenic views, and rock formations, and is a popular location for hikers and photographers. Another place to visit is Little Rock. Slide, please. It's the capital city. It's located in the center of the state, and it's home to the Clinton Presidential Center and Museum. Slide, please. Bill Clinton, who served 2 terms as president, is from the small town of Hope. He is the 47th president. Before becoming president, Mr. Clinton was also the governor of the state. The Clinton Presidential Center sits on a bluff that overlooks the Arkansas River. Inside the center are exhibits on modern U.S. history and global leadership. The former president is a very popular person in the state. And not far from the Clinton Center in Little Rock is the Historic Arkansas Museum that showcases early Arkansas frontier life. Visitors to the site can participate in interactive exhibits, see restored buildings, and view folk art. The state has rich roots in blues, folk, and country music, especially in the Delta and mountainous regions. Folk music is prominent in Arkansas's history, and the best place to hear old tunes and new ones is at the Ozark Folk Center. Slide, please. It is an Arkansas Living History State Park located in Mountain View, Arkansas. The center is dedicated to preserving and presenting Ozark cultural heritage and tradition to the public. Besides hearing Southern mountain music, visitors can also watch artisans work and create some of the old-timey crafts of the past, such as the making of baskets, brooms, weavings, quilts, and wood carvings. The craftspeople work on site, and visitors can watch them make soap, candles, and spin yarn. There's also a heritage herb garden at the Folk Center to stroll through. The Heritage Herb Garden, where old time pass along plants, medicinal herbs, and native plants and edible herbs are grown. While art and crafts play an important role in the park, it is music that is the heart of the park. Fiddle, banjo, music, guitar, mandolin, dulcimer, and alto harp are just some of the instruments that combine to produce that enduring Ozark mountain sound. I personally visited the center and thoroughly enjoyed hearing about the old time ways and hearing good old mountain music. Besides folk music, Arkansas is also known for blues music. Slide, please. Blues is a music genre and musical form that originated among African Americans in the deep south of the United States around 1860s. Memphis, just across the river, is said to be the birthplace of the genre, with major influences from the Arkansas Delta counties that border the Mississippi River. In the 1940s and 50s, West Memphis, Arkansas, was a bustling hub for blues, often serving as the after-hour spot for musicians playing in Memphis. Helena, Arkansas, is a river town located just south of Memphis. Helena is considered the capital of Arkansas blues. Beginning in 1941, a Helena-based radio show, The King Biscuit Time, was the first station to feature live blues, making it a cornerstone of the genre. Helena is also the home of the Delta Cultural Center, which preserves the rich heritage of the region and the blues. The center is open to the public. Those are some of the major attractions that are in Arkansas. There are also some lesser known attractions, and they should be on everyone's do not miss list. One is Millwood Lake in southwest Arkansas. It's renowned for fishing. The lake was created in the 1960s when Millwood Dam was built across the Little River. The dam is the longest earthen dam in the state. Perhaps the most prominent feature of the park is that it is a premier birding hotspot with over 330 of the state's 400 plus species recorded in the area, making it an important bird area. Renowned for migratory water birds like the American white pelicans and Franklin's gulls, the lake features prime habitats including cypress swamps, mud flats, and hardwood forests that attract, for example, bald eagles, wood storks, and various herons. Just 15 minutes from my home in northwest Arkansas is a lesser-known cave, Cosmic Cavern. It is an underground gem that features stalactites and stalagmites, plus deep cave lakes, and inside the cave, visitors can pan for gemstones. Arkansas is noted for its gemstones and crystal mines, and is the only state in the nation that has a diamond mine. Slide, please. The mine is the Crater of Diamonds State Park in the Ouachita Mountains. It is the only place in the world where the public can search for diamonds in their original volcanic source. Visitors of the park can search the 37-acre field. Besides diamonds, visitors can find a variety of rocks and minerals and gemstones. Any rock or mineral you find is yours to keep, and that includes the diamonds. The largest diamond found in the park was over 40 carats. I visited the park. I did not find a diamond, but it was still a lot of fun. Not too far from the Crater of Diamonds State Park are numerous quartz mines. It is one of the few places on Earth that has world-class quartz crystals. Like the Crater of Diamonds State Park, visitors can dig while in the mines, and they get to keep what they find. Neither the diamond mines nor the quartz mines are underground. They are all above ground. I too have been to the quartz mine, and I did come home with a bucket full of lovely quartz crystals. In the Ozarks, you will find some wonderful hiking and trails, dramatic sandstone bridge formations, and secluded waterfalls. One of the lesser visited hikes is near Deer, Arkansas. Visitors who hike there will come across Whitaker Point. Slide, please. Also known as Hawksbill Crag, a rocky overhang outcropping high up on a mountain. It offers an amazing view of the mountains. It is one of the most photographed spots in the state. A truly unusual waterfall, the Glory Hole Falls, is where water drops through a round hole in a rock ceiling. It's a gorgeous and unusual sight near the small town of Swain, Arkansas. Some lesser known attractions include a couple of museums that are interesting. One is the Maynard Pioneer Museum. It is a small town living history museum in Maynard with a genuine 19th century cabin, photos, and period artifacts. It's in the small town of Maynard in northwest Arkansas, and while it is far off the beaten path, it's a good place to visit for folks who want to learn about rural pioneer life in America. There's an Arkansas Inland Maritime Museum in North Little Rock. It's just across the Arkansas River from the state capitol. The museum features a World War II submarine that is open for tours. And back across the Arkansas River in Little Rock is one of only two purse museums in the world, the ESSE Purse Museum. It's more than just a museum. It's a one-of-a-kind celebration of women's fashion, history, and culture. It is a destination for anyone who appreciates the artistry and significance of women's bags and the stories they tell. Another lesser-known attraction is the Bayou Bartholomew. Slide, please. 90% of the bayou is located in Arkansas. It is the longest bayou in the United States and the entire world, stretching approximately 364 miles. It begins near Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and it contains over 100 aquatic species, making it the second most diverse stream in North America. In 1930, a meteorite fell just south of Perryville, Arkansas, in the northeast part of the state. It weighed 367 kilograms and is the largest meteorite to have landed in the United States. It's now in view in the Greene County Museum in Perryville. Besides being lesser known, there are also unusual and sometimes quirky attractions in the state. One of them is near Eureka Springs, the Quigley Castle. It is a handmade castle home and garden built in the 1940s. It is covered with rocks collected by its owner, and it features lush indoor greenhouse growth. It's equal part artsy and equal parts odd. And also near Eureka Springs is the Little Golden Gate Bridge. Slide, please. It spans the White River and the last suspension bridge in the state. It is a one-lane bridge with a wooden floor. It is drivable by car across the river to the little town of Beaver. It is named due to its resemblance to the large, well-known suspension bridge in San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. Near the city of Fort Smith on the western side of the state is the Chaffee Barbershop and Military Museum. It's open to visitors where they can see the site of one of the most iconic moments in American pop culture, the day Elvis Presley received his Army cut immediately before entering the military. Elvis Presley was a prominent rock star in America, and he is still idolized by the American public. You may have heard of him. In Hot Springs, there's an alligator farm and petting zoo that is open to visitors. There you can feed the alligators and pet rabbits, ducks, emus, pygmy goats, sheep, and more. Hot Springs is also the home of the Gangster Museum of America that explores the city's history as a hideout for famous mobsters, including one of America's most notorious, Al Capone. In the 1886 Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, slide please, is said to be the most haunted hotel in the United States. There you can explore the chilling ghost stories, ghost tours, and haunted activities. At the hotel, paranormal experts share the stories of special spirits at the Crescent Hotel who checked in but never left. The hotel has two rooms that are said to be the most haunted, and they are popular ones for overnight stays if you dare. And those are just a few of the interesting places to visit in my beloved state. Now I'd like to tell you about the arts in Arkansas. And because I'm an artist, it is perhaps my favorite thing to tell people about when I talk about my home state. Arkansas's art reflects both Southern culture and broader American traditions. Historic painters, Depression era public art, and modern culture powerhouses together show how art in the state has moved from local expression to national significance. The state's museums blend classic collections with education and community engagement. Artists are everywhere. Towns throughout Arkansas showcase art in parks, galleries, and historic buildings. For several decades, there have been numerous large arts and craft fairs that have taken place during the month of October in northwest Arkansas. The fairs draw thousands of visitors to the area each fall during one of the most beautiful times of the year in the Ozarks due to the vibrant autumn colors of the trees. The many art activities give visitors and residents a living art history of the state, one that's growing and evolving each year. In 2011, a major new art museum, the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, slide please, opened in Bentonville, Arkansas. The museum has vastly increased art tourism in the state, and especially in northwest Arkansas. I'm fortunate that I only live 55 minutes from the museum and I can visit it often. It was founded by Alice Walden with the Walmart heirs. Admission to the museum is free for everyone. Besides a world-class art collection, there's also meeting and classroom spaces at Crystal Bridges and a large glass enclosed gathering hall. Guest amenities include a restaurant on a glass enclosed bridge overlooking ponds, a museum store, and a library featuring more than 50,000 volumes of art reference material. Sculpture and walking trails link the museum's 120-acre park to downtown Bentonville. The museum's permanent collection spans 5 centuries of American art, from colonial works to modern and contemporary pieces by icons like American painters George O'Keeffe and Gilbert Stuart. A major expansion is opening in this year, adding galleries and new works by artists such as Andy Warhol and Roy Lichtenstein. Also located in Bentonville is the Momentary, a contemporary arts and space born from a former industrial site, a former cheese factory. The museum is focused on bold, modern visual and performance art. It also hosts festivals, performances, and artist residencies. Both museums, Crystal Bridges and the Momentary, have turned Bentonville into a dynamic arts destination. Bentonville alone has over 100 pieces of public art, including sculptures and murals woven into the park's downtown streets and art trails. Bentonville's transformation into an art destination has dramatically shifted the state's perception in the national art world. Slide, please. The Arkansas Museum of Fine Arts is located in the state's center in the capital city of Little Rock. It is a hub of fine arts, education, and exhibitions. Its permanent collection highlights drawings, prints, and craft, with works ranging from old masters to contemporary creatives. The institution also offers art classes, performances, and community arts programming. Another museum in Little Rock is the Historic Arkansas Museum that combines folk life history with arts and crafts and showcases Arkansas-made pieces along with historical exhibits. The Arts and Science Center in Pine Bluff, the Fort Smith Regional Art Museum, and the River Valley Arts Center in Russellville are part of a broader network of institutions showcasing local and regional work. And now I want to tell you about what is probably the smallest art center in the state, the town where I live, Eureka Springs. Slide, please. The town's reputation as an art colony is the main reason I moved to the town more than 38 years ago. The town may be small, but its reputation as an arts destination is large and is well known throughout the region. Artists have been drawn to the town for decades by its scenic beauty historic structures, and its acceptance of folks in the arts. It's estimated that 1/4 of the town's population, pardon me, uh, of 2,200 artists in various fields such as the visual arts, music, writing, theater, and other art disciplines. The town boasts an opera house, a theater company, a writers' colony, and an art school. The town also has an art museum, the Museum of Eureka Springs Arts, that honors the art history of Eureka Springs from the past to the present. It features works by more than 150 artists, and there are more than 400 works of art in the collection. Also, Eureka Springs has more galleries in it than any town in Arkansas, even cities that are 10 times its size. Eureka Springs is the perfect example of how Arkansas's creative spirit shows up in unexpected places. Tucked in the Ozark Hills, it proves that art and culture don't just live in big cities, they thrive wherever people are inspired by their surroundings. Slide, please. That's the museum you're seeing there. And what makes Eureka Springs special is the same thing that defines Arkansas as a whole. Slide, please. A deep connection to place, history, and imagination. This is the outrageous parade in Eureka Springs that takes place every May. And that brings us back to the bigger picture. Arkansas is a state of contrast, rural and innovative, historic and forward-looking, quite backwards alongside quite backroads alongside international business hubs. From small mountain towns filled with artists to global companies shaping the modern economy, Arkansas brings together land, people, and creativity in a way that is uniquely American and quietly influential. Arkansas, a place of great beauty, southern hospitality, for folks still take pride in where they're from. It's a state with strong roots, and for those of us who live here, it's more than just a place on the map. It's a part of who we are. That's Arkansas, and I'm proud to call it home. Thank you all for joining us this evening. The program is part of the American Center in Moscow's weekly speaker series, continuing throughout 2026, 50 states. We invite you to join us next Wednesday, March the 18th at 8 p.m. Moscow time for the next event in the series, which will be on the state of North Carolina. I do have some questions. Question one is, what kind of festivals are held in the state? There are all kinds of festivals, but the ones that are probably the most prominent, well-known, are the arts and crafts festivals. And that occurs primarily in Northwest Arkansas, where thousands of people come each year. And then wants to know, another question is, does Arkansas export cotton to other countries? Yes, we do. Cotton is a major export and it travels around the world. And question three, there are many mountains, other isolated territories in Arkansas. Is internet available all over the state, or are there areas of no coverage? It's pretty much covered statewide, but there are some very rural areas that probably lack connections to the internet. And I've received question four. Arkansas is often associated with the American South. In what way does the state reflect Southern culture? And in what ways does it have its own distinct identity? It is considered part of the American South, but it is a mixture of Southern Delta type people, along with more of a Appalachian Southern culture that's in the mountainous regions of the area. And I don't know, we like to think we do have our own identity. We're very proud, Arkansans are. And I think we're proud to be known as the only state that has a diamond mine, just various things like that. Also, being the largest grower of rice in the nation. And question five, what aspect of everyday life in Arkansas might surprise people who have never visited the state? probably is that the mixture of cultures in the state. Uh, they range from, like I said, the mountain culture to the Delta culture. Uh, we are, that might surprise people to know how many distinct cultures there are in the state, but all of them are primarily Southern. Someone asked, they said they checked out my art website and saw some cards that would be suitable for children, and they want to know, do I work on children's books? That's a project that I've had on the burner for a while that I hope to complete later this summer. Is my first illustrated children's book. Okay, someone else asked another question. How have rural traditions and small town culture shaped Arkansas's identity today? Probably there are more small towns and rural traditions in Arkansas than there are metropolitan traditions. It was settled early by people that had to forage for a living to make some of the places that aren't easy to live in, the mountainous areas, inviting and suitable to raise families. Question 8, if someone had just one weekend to explore the state, where should they go? I guess I'm going to be a little prejudiced with this, but Eureka Springs is a wonderful place. And if you do end up here, let me know. I'd love to say hello to you. Anyway, there are a lot of places to visit in Arkansas, but if you do end up in Eureka Springs, say hello. And question number 9, is the state popular more among Americans or also international tourists? I would say probably more Americans venture here, partially because we're sort of centrally located and easy access from many states. But we do have people from other countries coming. Walmart brings a lot of international visitors to Arkansas, especially to the Northwest Arkansas corridor. And question 10, are there regional foods or dishes that represent Arkansas? Probably good Southern cooking. At one time, there were a lot of catfish farms in Arkansas, and I think the state is known for fried catfish and hush puppies. A lot of good Southern food. We eat a lot of okra and greens, that kind of thing. And another question is coming up. Must be a long one. Anyway, I do hope all of you, wherever you are, do get to come visit someday. What's the climate like is the next question. We definitely have 4 seasons, spring and fall being the mildest, of course. Spring is a beautiful time of the year when the earth comes alive and a lot of things are in bloom. And in the fall, it's known for beautiful fall colors. The leaves on the trees change red, yellow, orange. It's quite beautiful. Winters can be cold. We can get down as low as 0, but for the most part, there's not a lot of snow. We have some snow, particularly in the northern part. Summers can be hot and humid, especially in the Delta area for humidity. We can reach 100 during the month of August primarily. How do you see the future of Arkansas? That's sort of a tough question, but Arkansas is an innovative state, really a leader on the world stage with some of the global companies that are located here. And I think there's going to be more of that happening. Plus, like I talked about earlier, it is becoming an arts destination. People are coming here to see the arts, something when I was a kid, didn't think would happen. And I'm so available that it has, and that it is available for everyone in the state. And another question is coming through. Final question. What has kept you in Arkansas for almost my whole life? I think, of course, I think the state is beautiful. And in Eureka Springs, particularly, the arts culture is alive. But what has kept me here is our friends and family. I've created close bonds with the people that live here. They're friendly, they're outgoing. We support and care for each other. So, more than anything, I think the people in the state have kept me here. And if you come to visit us, you'll see what I mean because you'll be welcome with open arms. Thank you so much for listening.